Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Ignore my chubby hands. So we're going to need four things for this tutorial. And the first thing is baby shampoo. This really is preference. You could use like Dawn dish soap or regular shampoo, but I prefer baby shampoo. This is a generic one from Walmart. It's less than $3 and I really feel like this is the best thing to clean my brushes the fastest and without damaging the bristles. So the next thing I use, you could use your hands, but I prefer to use this actual silicone oven mitt. I found this on Amazon. I don't think this is necessary, but I do feel like it is a good dupe for the Sigma glove. I forget what it's called, but the weird looking one with two thumbs. And basically this is the exact same thing, just with not all of the sections, but it works just as good. And the third thing we're going to need are these little mesh, I want to call them brush covers, but I'm not entirely sure what they're called. I will link all of these items down below or where you can buy them or find them. But basically these are just little stretchy mesh things that you slip over your brushes to help keep the shape of certain brushes, like my tapered brushes. I will demonstrate it later, but they do come in different sizes, and it's really important to keep in mind that the bigger ones go on the bigger brushes because that's how you get them the driest. So obviously the fourth thing we're going to need is brushes. And for me, whether my brushes cost $3 or $100, I'm going to clean them the same to keep the brushes as long as possible. So I'm going to begin with a smaller brush and show you on how I wash it without the glove. And basically you want to, when wetting the brush, keep the brush pointed down toward the sink. And you don't want to go past this little metal piece, which is called a ferrule. It's connected to the handle. You don't want to go up towards the handle past this because the bristles are glued in underneath this, and some brushes have different lengths. And so just be aware of the length of your ferrule on each brush and make sure not to go past it because that's what's going to break down the glue if water gets underneath there. And then you're going to have bristles falling out or the whole shaft can come apart at some point. So all I'm going to do is take a little pea-sized amount of shampoo in my hand and just swirl it around. This brush is not extremely dirty, but I think you guys can get the idea. It's going to kind of suds up, and I like to run it around along my fingers, basically just to get as deep of a clean as possible. And then all I do is rinse it out and run it under the water, again keeping in mind that ferrule. And once I am done rinsing out, I like to give it a little bit of a squeeze, and I just make sure that the water runs clear and not soapy or colored, and I know it's clean. Now using the glove, I basically do the exact same thing. I wet the brush, I keep it pointed downward, and I do get the glove a little bit wet when I first start, and then I just swirl it around, and the little ridges on the silicone glove really get into the bristles, so I don't really have to apply much pressure at all, and I really just like to swirl it around until it runs clean in the water and or no more soap. So I do find this to be one of the quickest ways to deep clean a brush. I don't do this all the time. I do usually do this like once a week or once every 10 days because it can be time consuming, especially with as many brushes as I have here. But I do spot clean with like rubbing alcohol in between brush uses. So I, am still killing bacteria, but I do deep clean to get all of the makeup out from inside the brush really well once a week or so. And once I feel as if all the makeup is out, I like to give it a little bit of a squeeze to get the excess water out, but I try not to tug too hard. Now moving on to these little brush shapers. I did find these on Amazon. I got a big pack of them for like $2 or $3, but I do believe they sell them at Walmart now. And I really only use these for specific brushes that I like to keep round or tapered, like this one. And so all you do is slide it on through the end and up, and making sure that all the bristles are covered. And that's it. It makes it so the brush can keep its shape, but also still continue to get air to let the brush dry. So this is an example of one of my bigger brushes. The shapers come in different sizes, so make sure you use the bigger ones on the bigger brushes and smaller ones on the smaller brushes. And they are super, super easy. Once the brushes are dry, it's really easy because all you do is just slip it off. And that's that. This is another really easy trick I like to do, is to take a hair tie and slip the brushes upside down, like on a towel rack, or you could use it on a shower rack. This just keeps it from the water dripping up through into the handle. It keeps the water and lets the brushes dry upside down. Yeah, sometimes it's harder to do your little eyeshadow brushes, but if you do 4 brushes, I find at a time, it makes it really easy to let all your brushes dry. And that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys liked this video and learned something new. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!